Inclusion is really important because it's a Jewish value. And we want to be inclusive of anyone who wants to be here. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know that we're not doing. So for instance, last year when the deaf community came to us and said we'd love to attend services at Congregation Etz Chaim, this year for the high holidays, we have sign language interpreters. What do you need? How can we be helpful to you? We want to see how we can be of service and include you here no matter what your need.
Here at the synagogue, we like to do a lot of the activities that are available for young families. So we bring my older daughter and our baby to Shabbat Haverim, which is every other Friday morning.
So Shabbat Haverim is the 5 and under group that get together and they get to play, as you can see, play in the background. We do other things besides play. We learn blessings. We also get to build a community amongst the 5 and under, along with their grandparents, their nannies, and parents. The kids grow together as well. It's kind of like the start of our religious school, and they get a little taste of the room that they'll be in when they come, and they're familiar with it and they're comfortable.
We have groups for all ages, starting with newborns and their parents, of course, all the way up through high school. It's very important for us to keep all of the kids really involved in the community.
Things about how we do education here. Number one, we see it as an opportunity for dialogue. So we are in conversation with tradition that is 3,500 years old.
It's a kind and loving place to send your child for religious school. It gives them a great moral foundation and teaches them about their Jewish heritage.
Senior Youth Group at Temple, or SYG, is a program to bring Jewish teens together and talk about Judaism and do fun things, such as this year we are hoping to have a lock-in and go to the city and do a bunch of stuff involving the Jewish community.
So my mitzvah project, my bat mitzvah, was helping animals in need. I basically made homemade slime and then sold it. And then also for my bat mitzvah present, I asked for money, which goes to the animal shelter. And this makes me feel like a more generous and a selfless person because I'm helping others.
We also have a focus on social action. So for example, this year we are going to take a trip with a couple of the senior youth group members to Washington, D.C. on a program called L'Taken.
And I also like to be involved in social action. The thing I care about most is DuPage United, which we're part of. We're one of 30 organizations that make up DuPage United, working on social justice with other people in our community.
We honor people in a number of ways. First, you'll see around the congregation plaques that have people's names, typically to honor financial contributions. But I think the biggest way that we honor our congregants is to ask congregants to make decisions regarding the congregation. We ask congregants to serve on committees, or on the board of directors, or in other leadership positions.
Really had no idea how much being members of this congregation would enrich our lives. As members of the Lifelong Learning Committee, we've been able to help to bring about many, many learning opportunities here. Whether you want to learn to read Hebrew, or become part of the B'nai Mitzvah class, take classes from our rabbis, from lay leaders, outside speakers, or form your own study group. There are just so many options here.
And we actually went through conversion class with Rabbi Kozlowski for Jonathan's conversion. And that's how we connected with her and wanted her to marry us as well. And we sat down with her a few weeks ago, and she just wanted to hear our whole life story.
I run a program one Wednesday a month called Lunch and Learn. There is a movie or a guest speaker or a performer. We've had guitarists, singers, Rabbi.
The Caring Committee coordinates help for those in need. We provide help for Shiva. We will provide meals for a family with a newborn. If somebody needs a ride to services, we can do that. If somebody needs a ride to a doctor's appointment, we can do that. We are there for when you need us. Just give a call to the Temple office and we'll do what we can.
For sure, I make sure that I come to Bridge once a week. There's a lot of other game kind of things that happen in the evening.
I guess the last thing I want to say is even more important than that is through our participation here, we've made wonderful friends, met wonderful people, and are looking forward to many more happy events and occasions and friendships.
But with our wonderful community, we will always be able to offer a loving, educational, social, meaningful home for you and your family. And we can't wait to see you around.